Alright guys, as promised, here's the antenna installation video. Now, this is not just an installation video because my antenna, the way it failed, the little mechanism got stuck inside the motor, so I took that thing apart and it's, you know, I'll show you how I did it. But thank you for watching, thank you for being here. Please make yourself comfortable, grab a cold beverage, enjoy the video. Let me know any thoughts, any comments, any questions that you may have. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys, check it out right now. Let's start. Boom. Oh shit. How's it going guys? Your friend Jim here with another video. So this video we're gonna talk about the antenna on the Montero. Yep, this is the little nut that goes on top. The other day it's just started, the antenna wouldn't come up, started making like a grinding noise inside the motor, and it has like a little gear mechanism that pushes the antenna up when you turn the radio on, and then it brings it back down automatically when you turn the radio off. But I think it's not grabbing on that thing anymore inside the motor, so it's just spinning in there and you can hear the grinding. This is not the original antenna. I did have this issue in the past, and I replaced it. I got one on Amazon. I just placed an order for another one, but this one's a little bit different because last time when it failed, the antenna broke, so I pulled it out with that gear mechanism and I put a new one on there. But this time it seems like that gear mechanism released from the actual metal antenna, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna get that thing out, but I'll show you here. I already got partial part of it out. Let's go out there and check it out, man. So let me get the camera off this thing here. Alright, so here's the Montero. Here's the antenna. As you can see, it's just you can't really pull it out. It's kind of like you have to use pliers and stuff to remove it from here. But I took the little nut off that goes on here. Take this guy off, put it here on the side, and then this little piece of rubber just kind of comes off like that, so you can see. And then this is kind of like wedged in there, so you have to use carefully without scratching your fender. Use some pliers, squeeze and pull up, squeeze and pull up, and that's how it comes off. And then now the whole thing comes off. Let's see. So here's the antenna, but it's supposed to have like a little mechanism here at the bottom with like a gear built into it. You'll see it once I get the new one. I'll show you guys. But that part is stuck in there, so I have to remove this little motor and remove the mechanism, which is not going to be so simple because it's connected to the antenna wire that goes to the radio. So if I can find the connection for that somewhere in here and remove it, that way I can take the whole thing off. If not, I'll probably just, whatever I'm going to do, I'll just do it right here. And to get access to this guy here, basically you need to remove the splash shield. I already removed it. As you can see, there's nothing down here. It's right there's splash shield is completely removed. I was able to do it without removing the tire, without removing the wheel. Just kind of turn it all the way to the right, and you're able to access all the little nuts and pins and stuff, so you can remove that thing there. Actually, it's over here. I'll show it to you. So that's the splash shield that goes down there. I got all the nuts and bolts and all the pins and everything, so I'll put everything back together once I'm done with the antenna issue. Now let me grab a flashlight so you can see. So if you can see in there, well, I don't know if you can see it, but basically it's very easy to remove. There's just these two nuts here. There's one here and one down there. Finally got the antenna for the Montero right here. See that right there? Now I got this from Amazon. I will put the link on the description so you guys can get it. I think it was about 40 bucks, 45 bucks. Can't remember. But we're gonna install it on the Montero. As I had mentioned before, this little white little gear thing that goes inside the antenna, that part is stuck in the motor in the Montero. So I don't know how I'm gonna get it out. I'll figure something out. But once you get that out, it's not too difficult to install. I'll demonstrate. Basically, you have to turn the radio on so that the motor can go all the way up as it's simulating that it was pushing up the antenna. Start the little plastic thing inside and then turn the radio off. Have somebody turn the radio off, and then it's just gonna suck it in, suck this little white area in, and as the motor is pulling it in, that's basically the way you do it. It doesn't hurt if you put a little bit of silicone grease right on it just to keep it lubricated. But let's go ahead and go through that. I will show you guys every step of the way. And as I mentioned, I have to remove the motor and somehow take it apart to remove this little gear thing. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. It's not something that's in the repair manual, but we'll figure something out. So stay tuned for that. Basically, I lifted the Montero here just on one side. Do have the wheel the rear wheels blocked over there just for safety purposes. But when you lift it, obviously it drops the suspension, so you have a little more room to work with here. And you can see the motor, antenna motor here. I'll remove it so you guys can take a look at it. But as I mentioned before, there's only two nuts to remove it. There's this guy, and that is pretty much it. And obviously you have the antenna that goes to the radio, and then you have the electrical connector that connects to the motor. So we'll connect the electrical connector that goes to the motor. We'll disconnect it, and then we'll see how we can get that plastic piece out of that motor. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so here's the motor out, as you can see. And I already have the electrical connector disconnected from last time I took it apart when I was waiting for the antenna. But as I mentioned, here's the antenna wire that goes to the radio, and I don't think I'm going to be able to disconnect it from here. I mean, I can probably dig it out under the dash and disconnect it so I can take this motor to the bench or something, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, so I have to figure something else out. So let's see what we can do here. It does have this little plastic protector thing, this little plastic that Mitsubishi put for us. Seems like pretty durable stuff. I mean, it's been here for 20 years and it's still in really good condition. It's not like brittle or anything, rotting away or anything like that. So I'm going to put it up like this so that I can see what I can do. Here's where the connector goes, right there. So, all right, let's see here. So here's the motor, and there's where the antenna comes out of. And I'm not sure exactly how, but I know that that plastic piece is inside here. I don't know if maybe removing these two screws will remove it. I'm not sure. So let's try it out. Let's see. Let me figure it out. Then I'll come back with you guys and let you know what I did. All right, guys. I already took this one and this one off, and then the ground. So this is connected to the bottom piece. So I took the ground off. Now I'm gonna take this one, and and then see if this little plate comes off, and also this little center one, and then see if that little plate comes off. Not 100% sure what I'm getting into here, guys, but we'll see. This one has a little nut at the bottom, so make sure you catch the nut, the bottom here. Again, I have to work here by the top of the tire, top of the wheel, because I can't take this to the bench, but it's fine, no big deal. So let's take this one off. No, this one actually. There's one more, I think. I believe this one has to come out too. Let's see. So this one is not coming out. It's continues spinning. Not sure what's going on there, but I don't know if it has anything to do with this little plate here. Okay, this little plate thing is connected to this one, so I'm gonna take that one off and see what's going on there. Got it. So, okay, so it's got this screw that goes in here. It just kind of pushes in here, and then there's this other one that the ground connects to. It goes through this little wedge here, and then that's the one that's connected to the corner of the motor. Not sure what the purpose is. Maybe this might be just to give it some more tension, to give this little pipe a little more tension. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly how this thing works exactly. But now that I have it loose like that, or I removed that piece, I'm going to continue to try to remove this rusty one. This one's kind of rusty. It just spins. It's not coming out at all. Yeah, it's not coming out at all. I'm not sure. I don't even know where it's connected to. So it does lift a little bit, but I don't want to force it. Yeah, I don't want to force it. I wonder why this thing's not coming out. Let me pry on it while I turn the. I'm gonna pry on the bottom here while I turn the screw. Maybe that will grab on. All right, guys. I cannot remove this guy. I'm not sure exactly what is going on, but if I pry this open, I can see that little plastic. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, so it cracked a little bit right there. Damn it. Anyway. Fuck. So I'm gonna take this. This is that little gear plastic piece that broke off the antenna. Put it on the side here. So this goes in here like such. I am gonna just put some grease in there and then just put it back together. Hopefully that little crack is not a big deal. Alright, so I'm just gonna put some of this grease in there. Just so it can be well lubricated while I put it back together. Okay, so I'm just gonna put everything back together in reverse order. Okay, perfect. Actually, I don't know if it's perfect or not, so let's see. Alright guys, so I put it back together. This is the piece I removed, obviously, and it's that little gear that pushes the antenna up and down, and it's driven by the little motor in here. I don't see. I think it just broke from the end. It just broke from the end and let go of the antenna, so now the motor wasn't grabbing onto anything. You can hear like a grinding noise when the radio would come on, when the motor was trying to drive the antenna up and down. but nothing would happen. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to reinstall the motor up here and then turn the radio on. I'm gonna hear this activate because the computer's gonna think that it needs to put the antenna up. And then once that is at that position, I'm gonna stick the new antenna mechanism in there and then turn the radio off so it can suck it in. I'll try to demonstrate that right now. So just let me put this back up there and then I'll go from there. And of course we have the connector I had removed, but I taped it. Here you can see it. This connector right there. Anyway, so I'm gonna change the camera to this side so you guys can take a better look. I gotta clean my hands first. All right, so let's mount this motor back in here. First thing is we get our connector and make sure we connect it right here. There you go. And then let's not forget to put this little plastic back over the motor all the way as far as down as it goes. Be careful not to rip it. As I said, it's in really good shape considering it's been exposed to the elements for 20 years. And then now we can see it goes all the way up there. You see the hole, you see sunlight up there, and then these little screws or studs come out and you just put them on the holes there, and that's pretty much it. It holds it for you. And then we have the washers. We have little star washers and the nut, 2 nuts. Put the little washers. Oh, there's a spider. What's up, buddy? Get out of here. All right, let's put this back on there. Now these holes do have a little bit of play. They can go a little bit higher, a little bit lower. I don't think it matters too much, but I won't make it fully tighten yet until I'm pretty much done. Okay. So now we are gonna start. We're gonna start the. We're gonna turn the key on, and then we're gonna hear. I'm thinking we're gonna hear a noise on this motor, trying to drive the antenna up. So let's see if we hear any noise up here. I do hear the noise and I feel the motor turning. There, it stopped activating. So now let me raise the camera up here so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so now that we have the motor back in there, I have the new antenna here, and just get it out of the bag here. You can see we have the little mechanism here, the little gear mechanism. It's almost like a nylon material. It's like hard plastic. So what you do is when you insert it in here, you make sure you extend your antenna all the way as much as possible, and then this little area is going to go inside the tube. It's going to rest like maybe right here and about 3/4 of an inch away from the top, and then the little teeth on this have to face the engine side. Don't not face outside, face the engine, and then make sure your antenna is extended all the way. Insert this as much as possible and have somebody turn the key off, and it should suck it in. Let's try it. Okay, make sure that the teeth are towards the engine. Right there. Okay, turn the key off. There we go. See? There. So now it sucked it all the way in. You may have to press this a little bit further in. We'll see about that. All right, so once again we turned the key off, it sucked it in, and now it's it should be a little bit lower. We'll press it in a little bit right now, but when it's at this point, don't turn the key back on because this is going to push it back out and you have to start all over. All right, guys. So this has to be a little bit further in, and what I do is with a little piece of wood and some cloth, just kind of bang it in there, like such. And it actually has to be in there a little bit more. It has to be in there until this part touches the bottom there. So we'll keep putting it in there. Make sure you don't hit your Montero when you do this. There, we only have about 1/8 of an inch. There, see? Now it's flush with the motor, little tube in the motor. Now we can put the other part and put these guys on there. This guy. Okay, I'll make it tighter in a minute. For now, I'm gonna turn the key on and we'll see it operate. And that's it, guys. You see, now the antenna is working perfectly. So let's go back, test it a few times, turn the key off, turn the key back on. You can see right there, turn the key off. There it goes. Turn the key, give it a couple seconds, turn the key back on. As good as new. Alright, guys, so let's start putting the splash shield back back on here. But before you do that, make sure to clean this area. Since you have the splash shield out, make sure you clean this area here on the Montero. This little corner, it accumulates, you know, like dirt and stuff like that. Don't scratch your paint too bad. Actually, I'm using a screwdriver, but I recommend using something else other than a screwdriver. Maybe one of these guys. So you don't want to scratch in there, start trouble. So you just get everything out. As you know, the Montero is an awesome vehicle, built to last, and it does have a little drain hole right here. But the little drain hole is not going to make a difference if it's all plugged up with junk. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get the water hose and just blast the hell out of all this stuff here so you can get everything out. So just give me a second, I'll get the water hose. Alright, guys, so we're just gonna blast that area with the water hose, just get everything all cleaned out. So let's go for it. There, see? So now all that dirt and debris and everything is out of there, and that little drain hole can function as it did when it was brand new before. So make sure you do this before you put the splash shield back on there. All right, guys. So now I'm gonna install this splash shield underneath the fender. And once you do that, obviously you will be done with the antenna repair job. I'll be done with the antenna repair job. I am going to film this, but I'm not going to include it on this video. If anybody's interested in seeing me put this back together, I'll talk about all the fasteners and everything else, because there are different ones, and there is a section in the repair manual where they do indicate what goes where. So I'm going to film that, but again, I'm not including it in this video, in the antenna repair video. All right, guys, have a great time. Alright, guys, well, once again, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you found this information useful. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Share with your friends, people that you know that may have a Montero. Tell them about the Mitsubishi Montero channel. I am going to start making more videos, more training type videos, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, as you saw, it's not a big deal, not very complicated to replace the antenna on the Montero. It does seem a little bit intimidating because, you know, it's not something that you do every day, but as long as you follow the proper procedure, you will do it with no problem. Please let me know if you have any comments or questions down below. I am always happy to answer those. And like and share this video. Thanks guys, we'll see you on the next one. Appreciate it. Bye.